So what is a chemical symbol? The chemical symbol tells us what atom it is. It's a short form, sometimes English, sometimes Latin. So for instance, C is short form for carbon, whereas Pb is going to be the symbol for lead because it's the short form for plumbum, which is going to be the Latin version of lead. It always starts with a capital letter and is sometimes followed by one or more lowercase letters. So you can see Be is capital B, lowercase e, whereas oxygen is just an uppercase O. So example, again, oxygen is just an O, nitrogen is an N, and sodium is an Na. You got to keep in mind though that C little o is cobalt, whereas big C big O is carbon monoxide, two different atoms put together. So you got to keep in mind that if you have a lowercase, that signifies the same element, but if you have another uppercase, then it's going to signify a different element. So how are protons, neutrons, and electrons related? Well, the atomic number, remember, is the number of protons. The number of protons equals the number of electrons in a neutral atom. The number of protons plus the number of neutrons equals the atomic mass. And keeping in mind, when we're figuring this out, we need to round the atomic mass to the nearest whole number. And then we can use these other two formulas, number of neutrons equals atomic mass minus number of protons, to figure out the neutrons, and we can figure out protons by subtracting the number of neutrons from the atomic mass. So that's just using this formula here and changing it around to solve for the other two variables. So how many protons, neutrons, and electrons are found in an atom of beryllium? The atomic number is the number of protons, which you can see is 4. We know that the mass number is going to equal to the sum of the protons and neutrons. Therefore, the number of neutrons is going to equal to the mass minus the number of protons. We're going to round our mass number from 9.0122 down to 9. And we're going to take 9 minus 4. Number 4 was the number of protons. And we're going to find the number of neutrons is going to equal to 5. Check your understanding. So pause the video and figure out the number of protons, electrons, and neutrons for oxygen. Well, we know the number of protons can equal the atomic number, so that's going to be 8. We can see the atomic numbers right there. The number of electrons is going to equal the number of protons in this neutral atom, so we're going to say 8. The number of electrons is going to equal the number of protons in this stable atom, so we're going to say 8. And then the number of neutrons is going to equal to the mass minus the number of protons, and that's going to be 16, rounded up from 15.99, minus 8, and that equals to 8. Check your understanding. Pause the video and find out the number of protons, electrons, and neutrons for lithium. The number of protons is going to equal the atomic number, which is 3. The number of electrons is going to equal the number of protons, which is 3. And the number of neutrons is going to equal to the mass, which rounded up is going to be 7. We round it up because 6.9 rounds up to 7. Minus 3 equals 4. So that's lithium. Now these are a little bit harder. An element has an atomic number of 34 and an atomic mass of 79. What is the number of protons, neutrons, electrons, and then the complete symbol? So pause the video and answer these 4 questions. Now the number of protons is going to equal the atomic number, which is going to equal to 34. The number of neutrons is going to equal to the mass minus the number of protons, which is going to equal to 79 minus 34, which is equal to 45. The number of electrons is going to equal the number of protons, which is going to be 34. And then the complete symbol is going to be Se, because when we find the atomic number 34 on the periodic table, we find the symbol Se. The mass is going to be below. The mass is 79. And the atomic number is going to be up top, and that's going to be 34. And there's our complete symbol. Check your understanding. If an element has an atomic number of 91 and contains 140 neutrons, what is the number of protons, number of neutrons, number of electrons, and the complete symbol? So pause the video and answer this question. The number of protons is going to equal the atomic number, which is 91. The number of neutrons, we're told, is 140. The number of electrons is going to equal the number of protons, which is 91. And the complete symbol is going to be the symbol in the middle, which we have to look up on the periodic table. And when we look up the atomic number 91 on the periodic table, we find the symbol that corresponds is Pa. We're going to put the mass below. Now the mass is going to equal to the protons plus neutrons. So we're going to have 91 plus 140, which equals 231. So we write 231 below, and then we write the atomic number above, which is 91. And then we're done.